Okay, in this video we're going to talk about how to make a DVD backup disc. So this is a video disc that you can play on a regular DVD player or in your laptop as a backup to the QuickTime recording that you made. So the QuickTime recording is the primary recording, the DVD is the secondary backup. In the other video I talked about how to make the QuickTime video. I'll show you that really quickly and then I'll move on to the DVD. Again, you just go to the dock, you press QuickTime, and you go up here and you do a new movie recording. Now, when the screen opens up, hopefully you're going to see the main camera. I can actually tell by looking at this that this is the video conferencing camera. So both of these get the same signal. So if this is wrong, then the DVD recorder is going to be wrong. So in order to properly set both of these devices up for the right camera, we have to come over here to the Crestron. And I wake up the Crestron with a couple of taps. And now I want to be in the recording mode because we're doing recordings. So you pick the recording tab and then it shows you all the things you can record. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have the main camera. This is important here. We have the main camera. So I sometimes press it twice. And that's for recording focus groups. When you're doing Skype, you switch cameras to video conferencing. So if somebody used the room before you and they were doing Skype, they might have the wrong camera. And they look similar. But if you get it right, the view will be something like this. Okay, so now that's the QuickTime recorder, but we're talking about the DVD recorder. So what I want to do now is turn on the DVD recorder. It's Panasonic. So that starts to boot up. Then I want to turn on the television over here, a small button right near the red light. And now this is going to be our backup to the QuickTime recording. So again, I mean, the other video talks about the QuickTime recording, but you essentially just hit the record button here and the numbers start moving. And then when you're done, you press stop. On this one, when you turn it on, you get all this extraneous information. So you have to find the Panasonic remote. And to get rid of this stuff, you just press the return button on the remote and just point the remote at the actual Panasonic DVD recorder. And now you see the menu information goes away. If for some reason you weren't seeing the same thing here, you might have to change the input of the TV. So you press input and there's all these other inputs. So if they're in the wrong thing, you don't see anything. So you just keep pressing it until you get to the right thing, which is video. And now you see the same image. So again, this is your backup. So what you need now is a DVD minus R disc. It's very important that it's a minus R because a plus R won't work. So we get DVD minus R. And now we're going to put this into the recorder. And now we have to pick the speed or the recording length because the disc can record at different lengths. It can record at 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. So you kind of have to ask yourself, how long do we think that this focus group might go? If you think it might be an hour, you're probably better off doing the 2 hour speed or the 2 hour recording time because you don't want to run out of space. So right now, if you look down here, it says record 2 hours. So that's how long this disc can record unless we change it. Excuse me. In order to change it, we go to record mode on the remote and I point that down here. Now watch the number here change as I press record mode. It changes to 4 hours or it changes to 6 hours or it changes to 1 hour. 1 hour is the best quality, but of course if you go over an hour then you're going to lose some of your focus group. So 1 hour, 2 hour are about the same. So let's go with the 2 hour for this demonstration. Once that's set, all you really have to do now is press record and stop when you're done. And you can do that on the remote. You can press record and you can press stop on the remote, or you can do it physically over here. So I press record and now I see the red light and I see the numbers moving. and that's critical. You definitely have to see the numbers moving. And now you do your focus group. And then when you press stop, which there's a stop button here and there's a stop button on the remote, when you press stop, it makes a chapter on the DVD. So if I were to hit record again and stop again, it would be chapter 2 on the disc, and it puts a little menu on the disc. So if you want to put multiple focus groups on one disc, just make sure you have enough time set in the beginning. But if you had like a series of short ones that you wanted to put on the disc, every time you press stop, it makes a new chapter. It's probably better just to use a different disc for each focus group. But when you're done with this, you have to do what's called finalizing the disc. And this is really what this video is going to be good for, because there's a bunch of steps you're supposed to press in order to finalize. And usually we have a little piece of paper here that talks about all the steps. But if that piece of paper is not around, I'm going to do it right now to show you how to do this. And the reason you have to finalize a disc is so it'll play on other people's DVD players. If you don't finalize it, it'll only play on this machine, and that can be a problem. So you definitely have to finalize. So to do the finalization, you take the remote control and you press the function button. Okay, so that's up here, and I'm going to point it at the DVD and press function. And now you see all this stuff comes up on the screen. And what I have to do is I have to navigate with the up and down arrows, and I have to point it at the DVD recorder, not the TV. People always do this, myself included. And I have to go to disc setting. So you see disc setting? That's where the finalization option is. So then I press enter, and now we're into the disc setting. Now you can give the disc a name, but that takes a little bit of time, moving the little cursor around with your up-down arrows. So I'm just going to go to finalize. And I hit enter, and it says this will take approximately 5 minutes. Do you want to continue? And I have to go over to yes. And then it says you will be unable to record on this disc once it's finalized. Are you sure you want to continue? And I go to start, and then I press enter. And this is it now. It's going to make a little menu, has the date and the time. Hopefully that the clock is right on the Panasonic, then that will be more accurate, but it's no big deal. And now we wait 5 minutes, and then I'll show you what the screen looks like when this is done. Okay, so that's what the screen looks like once it's done finalizing. But we still have to do a few more things to get the disc out of here. So what you do is you press return, and it'll make this screen go away. And now we're back to the ready position here to record. And what you can do then is just press the open close button. And here's your disc. It's been finalized, and you can play it in your laptop or play it on a DVD machine. And this, is your backup to the QuickTime recording. Let me think, is there anything else? No, I think you just put in a new disc now and do another recording, and then do the finalization process again as needed. And that's it.